Okay, cruisy lady, or my tour operator, or guide, whatever. Where are we now?
We're at home. Yep,
We
home.
We are finally home from our UK trip. And boy, it's been a great trip, isn't it?
It was a great trip.
So, what I decided to do was just do a brief rundown on things that we saw and places we stayed in the UK. So I thought I'd just run through a couple of things. First is the accommodation we had. Actually, before I start accommodation, I should start with the airline going over there. We flew by Emirates business class. What are your thoughts?
It was lovely. We enjoyed it. Yeah, really good. It was so nice to be able to sleep.
Yeah, it was great. It was so good, in fact, that one of my concerns was a bit of the jet lag between New Zealand and the UK. And I experienced no jet lag. It was really, really great, which goes to show you how comfortable the business class is. So it was really good. Right. So we got there. Now, our accommodation. What I want to do with these accommodation places, Nicola doesn't know I've done this, but I'd like to grade them, say 1 to 5. What you think is, appropriate. So the first place we stayed at was a Novotel in Dixon Street, Manchester. What are your thoughts on that?
It was good. I'd rate it. It's a basic hotel. It has everything that you need, and quite a good breakfast. So, yeah.
So your rating out of 5. I'm just going to put it there.
I will put it midway, 3.5.
So you put 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did have a few issues checking in, so which we were pretty tired.
Yeah.
But we got them sorted.
My thoughts, I was a little bit worried when we got to Novotel on Dixon Street, because when we arrived, got taken to our room, or got told which room we had. We went and opened up the room, and it was putrid. It smelled like tobacco or something like that. Yeah, it smelled like smoke and what have you.
Putrid is a bit.
Yeah, maybe, but it just smelled, wasn't fresh at all. There were various things, like there looked like blood stains or something on the carpet that I noticed on one side of the bed.
Coffee stains.
No, it was red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was red. And also there was like holes in the wall, little holes and stuff. And I just thought, for a hotel, it was a little bit disappointing. And I was hoping that this is not going to be our introduction to accommodation in the UK. But it wasn't. So anyway, out of 5, I honestly had to rate Novotel Dixon Street. I'd give it a 2 out of 5 for Dixon Street. Okay, and then after Manchester, we caught the train, went out to Edinburgh for the Edinburgh tattoo, and we had a look around there. We stayed at Edinburgh for 2 nights, and while we went to the Edinburgh tattoo, and we stayed at a place called the KM Hotel, which is quite interesting, wasn't it? Interesting place. How did you find that?
It was good. Again, it had everything that you needed. I did find the bed was really comfortable. Really comfortable. But it did take up virtually the entire room. You had enough room to sort of walk around it, and that was about it. But apart from that, no, it was good. Breakfast was next door, a couple of buildings along, and it was good. It was extensive. Good choice. Yeah.
So your rating out of 5?
I'll put that as a 3.5 again.
3.5. Okay. Right. My thoughts on the KM Hotel, and we do it individually, so that it gives a balance to the whole thing. I just thought it would be good. KM Hotel, yes, the bed was a huge bed and comfortable. Oh my God, it was just so nice. I think as soon as my head hit the blanket, I was gone. But very comfortable, nice and clean. Wasn't overly a big room, but maybe that was because the bed was huge. So that was really good. The only thing that let it down was the fact that when we went to have our breakfast and things like that, we had to actually leave the hotel and go a couple of doors down into another door, which I don't know if you can hear that. There's a helicopter flying over the top, which usually happens when I'm recording. So when we got there was the guy that was running it. He sort of let the place down really because he was sort of disciplining his staff in front of all the guests in the dining area, and it made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't like seeing that. If they're going to talk to staff and discipline them or talk to them about things, take them aside somewhere, but don't do it in front of guests. So that actually took away some points from me because we're on holiday and we don't want to hear that sort of thing. So once again, I'm going to give this one, I'm going to be a little bit generous here. I'm going to give it a 2.5 instead of a 2. It would have been a lot higher had that experience not occurred. Okay, after that, we spent 3 nights on a narrowboat in Falkirk. So how'd you feel about that?
Okay.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Was it comfortable?
It was very comfortable.
Yeah. It was great. I really enjoyed it. Different scene, just stopping somewhere and relaxing. It was really good. And it was comfortable. I thought the beds were comfortable and what have you. So what did you rate the narrowboat at Falkirk?
Probably 2.5.
2.5 for you? So 2.5 for Nicola. I'd rate the narrowboat, I'd give it a 3.5 because, yeah, it was really good. The only thing is we did have to go shopping and stuff like that. It's all part of the experience. That's what you get a narrowboat for.
True.
So I'm going to actually up it to 4. So we had that for 3 nights. Now, the next place we stayed at was Travelodge Manchester Piccadilly. That was only for 1 night. What do you think? Can you remember it?
Yeah, I remember it being in it was a bit of a rabbit warren. That was the only thing I did find. I think it was originally accommodation for students or something. It may have been converted to a hotel, I'm not sure.
It was
but
modern.
The room itself, again, it had everything that you need.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. So what would you score that?
Probably a 3.
3? Okay.
People
I thought it was really good. It was modern. It was big. And it was clean, and the food there was good. So I'm going to give that one a 4 as well. Now, the next place we went to after Manchester, we picked up a hire car and we shot down to Shrewsbury. And we stayed in a place called the Prince Rupert Hotel in Shrewsbury. Now, what are your thoughts on that place?
Yeah, I loved that place. It was, I'd give it a 5.
You give that a 5. Yeah. No beating around the bush.
For atmosphere.
It was a 5.
For staff, for food, for everything.
Yes. This is a really old hotel, but the staff really made it. They were really helpful. We could leave our hire car with them while we went to London. They made sure we enjoyed our holiday, and everything about it was lovely, fantastic. I couldn't really fault it. And it's got a history of this. If you ever look at the Prince Rupert Hotel online, you're seeing what they've done for people in the past. They've got a lovely, what's that, nature? I'm trying to find the word, but they really care about people. And so I'm going to actually rate this one a 5. So that's 5 out of 5. And we stayed there for 3 nights too. So then from there, we actually caught the train, thanks to the Prince Rupert Hotel staff. We took the train down to London and we stayed at Novotel in Waterloo in London. We stayed there for 4 nights. What did you think of that?
Yeah, it was good. It was, again, it's everything you expect Novotel to be. It was clean and it was tidy, and it was the staff were really pleasant, and yeah, they had everything you need. So I will give that one. I'll give that one a slightly higher rating of 4.
4. Okay. Yeah. I found that the Novotel Waterloo, it was nice and clean, tidy. Once again, nice choice of food and stuff there. The location of it was very good. I thought it was excellent. It's right beside the Thames River, across the road from a lovely cafe, and there's points of interest all around the place. So we didn't need a vehicle. We could hop on the hop on, hop off bus, and things like that. And we could walk back to the Novotel and, and just settle down for the evening. It was, wonderful. So the Novotel in London, I'm also going to rate it a 4. Then we went to, after 4 nights, we drove down with the hire car to Torquay, and we stayed there for a couple of nights at a place called the Brentwood. Now, this is interesting. It's listed as a Brentwood Hotel, but I wouldn't really call it a hotel. It was sort of like a guest house, wasn't it? Sort of thing.
Kind of, yeah. You have your own bedroom and you have your own bathroom. And, there's no restaurant attached, but you do get breakfast. And the people were lovely when they did our laundry. They offered to do our laundry for us, which was really
that's
kind
right.
of them.
Yeah, they really took care of us there. So we stayed there for a couple of nights. It's not a new place, it's an old place, but it was the people that made it. It was tidy, and we had everything we need. We had the bathroom and stuff to ourselves and whatever. And
it was charming. It was done out in a nautical theme.
Yeah, it was too. Yeah, and the lady being very helpful, as Nicholas said, with our washing and bits and pieces. It's things like that that make a holiday. So what would you rate Brentwood?
I rate that as a 4.
4? Yeah. I'm going to rate that as a 4.5. Because I'm very much into people. Anyway, and then we went down to the Pirate Inn in Penzance. Now, this was an interesting place, wasn't it? It was sort of like, what do you call those things? They were, each individual ones, they were like a little...
Self-contained cabin.
Cabin type things, with the
pod.
Oval, pod, with an oval roof. You went in...
Like a money hanger.
Yeah. You went in as a lounge, come bedroom and all that in one. And out the back was the bathroom part of it. It was clean and tidy. The only thing I didn't like about it was that bed. It was made up of bits and pieces. It was rather odd.
Yeah, it wasn't an entire mattress. It was pieces. It was quite odd. I think it possibly might have converted to a lounge suite. No, I don't know. Yeah.
We had another problem there also, that we couldn't get hot water. There they had to fiddle around with it for a while.
There's some issue with the valves.
Yeah, some issues. Things like that. Things like that can happen anywhere. So I don't hold it against them or anything. They came along and they fixed it, and everything was fine. So what did you rate that one at?
I rate that as a 3.
3?
Yeah. It was clean and it was new.
Okay. The Pirate Inn, I'd rate that as, I'm going to give it a 3.5 for that one. Now, an interesting one. We went from there and we went up to a place called Tintagel after we popped by, was it Port Isaac, wasn't it? Yeah, which is very interesting. It's good for your health, actually, Port Isaac, because uphill, downhill.
Very steep streets.
Yeah, very steep. So we stayed at the Mill House Inn in Tintagel. Now, what did you think of that place?
I liked it. The food was lovely, and it was set in a really pretty, just little wee valley. And, it was really pretty. Yeah,
it was really nice. If I had to be critical, there was a couple of things there that one thing actually did get on my nerves. And as I've said, I'm a people person, so I pick up on these things probably a lot more than some people. But one was I went to go and order our drink at the bar thing that they had there, and they had all the locals sitting at the bar blocking it, so I couldn't get served. I actually had to go around the end of the bar and try and raise the attention of the person behind the bar. Now, I think that's a bit inconsiderate. So that was the only thing I came across. However, in our room, we had a lovely bed in the room. That was fine. The bathroom was good. It had a bath in it if you wanted a bath and things like that. It was fine. It wasn't glamorous or anything. It's an old place. However, the couch where we went to watch the TV on the wall, I was sitting in the couch. Really, if they ever watching this, throw it out. It was like as if it had cushions on it, but you sat on it and it felt like your backside was going to hit the ground in some places. It was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever come across. It just needed some nice furniture put in there. I think that would have made it. But not a bad place. But and also, one other thing is that it was a mill house, and it obviously had a lot of history about it. But the history, we had to go and find it ourselves. There was, they could have made more of an effort to put a sign up the front, the mill house,
built in such and such.
Yeah, built in such and such, come and explore, sort of the thing, and come in and dine and things like that. I think there's more of an effort could have been made for the tourists in that respect. Lovely place, however. So what do you think?
Yeah, that's all right. I'll rate that as a 3.
Yeah. Okay, so you got 3 for that. And I'm going to rate it a 3 as well. Because, it was rather odd. So anyway, we left there. We went through the town of Tintagel and headed over to Bath. And we stayed in Bath for 3 nights at a place called the Oldfields House. Now, once again, this is a grand establishment, isn't it? Grand old establishment. And what did you think?
Yeah, built in Victorian times. It was it was beautiful, really lovely, and the people were really lovely too. Good food, and the room was spectacular. And I think that was lovely.
Yeah,
enjoyed that one. So I'd have to say it'd have to be a good 5 out of that one.
Yeah. Yes. What I liked about it was it was an old place. It was clean, tidy. Well presented inside, especially. As Nicholas said, the dining, and they had a little bar area, so in the evening you could go and have a couple of drinks at the bar, and the room was lovely with the 4 posters and things like that. And I love the little bits of detail here. Now, I go on about that I'm a people's person and things like this, but when we went into the Oldfields house and we got our room, we were greeted very nicely and escorted to our room. And we got into our room, and the lady left, and there was on the mantelpiece, there was a lovely little note, wasn't it, an envelope welcoming us to Oldfields house. And it's just a little touch like that I thought, that really makes your trip, especially when you've been travelling and you want to sit down and relax, and you get a lovely note like this. It just puts the cream on the top. Yes. But also, what I found very enjoyable, there was a young lady by the name of Bianca. Yeah. And honestly, nothing was too much of a problem for this young lady. We had to go and do something. She said, I'll do it for you. Can I please do it for you? Sort of thing. And I thought, it was so delightful, wasn't it? In fact, one day came out of our room and looked up the hallway, and there she was skipping, going along the hallway. And it was just so lovely to have that atmosphere while we were staying there. So
quite hearted and happy.
Yeah, so she really made it for us. Well, yeah. I just thought it was fantastic. So I couldn't praise it more enough on the way that they treat their guests and so on. So what did you think of Oldfields?
5.
5 for Oldfields? Yeah. And I'm going to also rate it a 5. So after that, we went up to the Limes Country Lodge, which is in Solihull. And we stayed there for, 2 nights. And this is an interesting place, isn't it? It's huge.
It was, yeah. Very big. Tudor style, but built in probably the 90s, I'm guessing, or maybe 2000s.
So this place is well set up for things like functions, like they do weddings and things like that. They've got huge grounds, big marquees that they can put up and all sorts of things. So if people are having a wedding over there, it's an ideal place to go.
Yep. Quiet. They had a wedding on the night that we came, and we closed the door to our room and we didn't hear anything.
No, it was great. They put us in an area where we were away from probably a lot of the people there. So, it was really good. Food was good. Had some meals there, and it was excellent. Service was good. Couldn't really fault it that much. I don't know. It was great in that sense. Plenty of parking. But there was something missing for me, but I can't put my finger on it. It's really weird, but I enjoyed it. So might sound like a condescension, whatever you like to call it. Anyway, oxymoron. That's right. So it's a Lime Country cottage. As I say, if you're doing a group function, definitely the place to go. So what did you think of it?
Yeah, I rated 3.5.
3.5? Yeah, I've rated about the same. Yeah, 3.5 for me as well. So we went from there, we headed over to Carnarvon in Wales. And of course, I wanted to do some family history and check up on bits and pieces. And we stayed at this lovely guest house. And it was called the Victoria House in Carnarvon. And once again, fairly old establishment, but it was lovely. Once again, lovely staff, beautiful, and the lady there, what was her name? Her name's escaped me now. But she had two little dogs, and we love animals, or we love dogs. We've got a dog of our own, as you've seen. But the dogs welcomed us, especially one of them. It was a bit of a hard case. Oscar. Yeah, if you're listening, Oscar, hi. He used to greet us and barrel of fun, and just I don't know, it was something different for our holiday, because we're going, you're looking at things and you're doing all the touristy things, and you come back to accommodation like that, and to have something like a little dog come and greet you and things like that, it was really great. And the host there, Jenny, I think her name was. Excuse me if I got it wrong.
Blank. I'm so sorry.
But
I know it was Oscar and Honey.
Oscar and Honey. Victoria House in Carnarvon. We stayed there for 6 nights, and it was great. Good place. Didn't have anything to eat there. It was just accommodation because it's right in Carnarvon. So you got all these lovely restaurants and cafes all around where we stayed, and so we did that. So, what would you rate that? The Victoria House in Carnarvon.
I rate that probably a 4.
4?
Because of dogs, to be honest. No, it was clean and it was tidy and it was it was built in Victorian times as well.
Yeah.
No, it was good. It was fun.
So that's 4. I'm going to rate it 4. Then we went from Carnarvon after we were there for 6 nights. We headed over to a place called Warwick, and we stayed at the Warwick Castle Accommodation place. Now, what do you think of that?
Very set up for families, young families. I did read a comment that described it as Disney-fied, which is probably fair. It's definitely aimed at the younger viewer. But it was fun. It was neat. It was something a little bit different, and again, the people were pleasant, and the room was well set out, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised actually, because this place has so much to offer, and for families, unbelievable. Like, for instance, they had entertainment every night outside for the kids. They had shows they put on, which is all part of your accommodation. We had the Falcon Quest, was it?
Falconer's Quest.
Falconer's Quest.
That was separate. That was in the admission to the castle.
Oh, it was, yeah, but it's right next to the castle. You're right next to the White Castle. But anyway, the accommodation there was fantastic, nice and clean, great imagination.
Yeah.
Very modern. The imagination is incredible when you walk through the main foyer and to be greeted by a whopping great big horse on a plinth with a knight on it, and these pictures start talking about you arriving and things like that. It was something else. So if you want something different in accommodation, this is definitely the place to go. It's, you can stay there, you can be entertained there. And there's good food there as well. We have good meals, like buffet style meals.
Buffet style meals, again aimed at the younger, young members of the family.
Yeah.
So lots of sort of kid friendly food.
So yeah, everything about it was great. Couldn't fault it, and only a short walking distance into the main shopping area of Warwick. So that was really good. So what do you think of the Warwick Castle accommodation?
Probably 3.5.
Was it?
Probably 3.5.
3.5? I'm going to rate it a 4.5 because I thought it had so much to offer. And the staff there were good too. Great, very entertaining. I annoyed them. I gave them a bit of entertainment back. That was what it was. Yeah. So the next place we went to, we headed up to York and we stayed at a place called the Farthings in York. We stayed there for 4 nights. What did you think of that?
That was good. We had a little trouble with the door, but apart from that, it was really good. It's for a struggle to get through the door.
Yeah. Every time we go out and then we'll come back and we're trying to get the key in the door and you had to do something else and we were fiddling around and I think at one stage someone came past us and opened up the door and went click, click, sort of thing. And but it was an interesting place. It had stairs in it, and I'm not a fan of stairs that much. And they got quite narrow and sharp bend in it, sort of thing. And there was no handrail at one part, so I had to hang on to the post and swing myself around. It was entertaining. It was an old place, but lovely staff. They do breakfast there. We had breakfast just about every morning, didn't we?
Yep.
And you get your room. We had to have a shared bathroom with a couple of rooms, but that didn't bother us at all because it was never occupied while we were there.
No.
So no problem. So what do you rate that at the Farthings?
Probably 3.5 for me.
3.5? Yeah, I'm going to rate it 3.5 as well. Yeah. And then after we stayed there for 4 nights, we headed back into Manchester at the Nova Hotel that we originally stayed at in Dixon Street for our last night, I think it was.
Novotel Dixon Street.
Yeah, which we already rated that anyway.
Yeah.
3.5.
And then it was,
So, out of all those, the ones that performed the best, which really, really stood out for us. Now, I think we can't go past these. The Prince Rupert Hotel.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'd go back there tomorrow. It's just wonderful. And the building itself with the history of what it has, the people and the way that they help tourists is a real plus. And you'll enjoy that. What else we got at 5? Oh, yes, of course, the Oldfields House in Bath. Once again, it's the staff, the lovely attitude that they had towards tourists was just top notch. So thank you to Oldfields House and especially Bianca. That was a delight. So that's all the accommodation that we had. Can we just do the towns? This getting quite long. So what we'll do is, in the next video, we'll just do a rundown of the places we stayed at and what we found there and what we thought of it, of those places. So we'll leave it at that because it is getting on. And I'm getting on. Are you getting on? All right. We'll leave it at that and we'll say cheerio. See you in the next one. Okay? Bye-bye.